Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Minister Mongoose, and where this ministry is living and promoting a holistic mind, body, and spirit path to health and wellness and to life overall, and where this ministry puts a premium emphasis on the group of people that the Bible refers to as the have-nots. Why? Because that's the type of group of people that I come from. But more importantly, it's the type or the group of people that where this person that we refer to as Christ came from. He came from them. And not only did he come from amongst the have-nots, these are the people that his ministry was centered to prioritizing. And these are furthermore the people that he are coming back for. Now that's the have-nots all across the board, guys. The have-nots when it comes to finances, when it comes to health, when it comes to equal opportunity, to fairness and justice, when it comes to love and peace, purpose and fulfillment in life. If this message sounds like it resonates with you, or perhaps if it is actually you, either way, I say to you, welcome home. This ministry does provide specific services that are designed to help nourish, strengthen, and revitalize the mind, the body, and the spirit for all human beings whose heart are in the right place. So again, thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I'll mention those services towards the end of the video, but for now, let's get off into it. You guys that are amongst the have-nots, you guys that are daring to be your best, mentally, physically, and spiritually, in a merged, balanced, and synthesized way. You're daring to be at your best. Every day you're doing something consciously, deliberately, and intentionally that shows the universe that you value, that you are in appreciation of the fact that you have a mind, a body, and a spirit. We may all be still working to improve in those areas, and we all definitely still have work to do. But when you look out on the horizon, you can see the vast majority or an abundance of people that don't have mental health and wellness. They don't have physical health and wellness. Not that they have some weight to lose or maybe there are some challenges, but I mean, they just don't have it. They may be confined to a wheelchair. They may not have the gift of sight, the gift of hearing, whatever it is. It's the same thing when it comes to a person's spiritual well-being. They're all over the place, full of hatred and bitterness and jealousy and despair. So every day you get up and you thank the universe that even though you, as well as myself, we still have work to do, this is what you're going to do to say, thank you, Father, that I have a sound mind, a strong body, and a clean spirit. Still may have some work to lose, some weight to lose. I still may have some things that I'm dealing with spiritually. I still may have some things that I need to address mentally. Whatever the case may be for you and or myself, you're just doing something every day to show the universe thanks. And the more you show the universe that you are appreciative, the more the universe will continue to process and promote you in all of those different areas of you. Because you dare to be amongst or this small group of people that walk that path, the world hates you. The world hates you because what you're embarking upon is true. It's real. It's not artificial. It's not watered down. It's not a knockoff. It's not fluff. It's not done so others can be beholding to you. It's not done because you want to impress others or you feel like society says you have to do it. No, you're focused on running the race that he has set before you, and that makes it all genuine. And in a day and a time such as these, where most people are fake They hate nothing more than what's genuine. So a lot of pain is inflicted upon those like you and me. A lot of betrayal, even family betrayal. A lot of prejudging, a lot of rumors, and all manner of toxicity and fiery darts are fired our way. And that pain may also come in the form of our own mistakes that we bring upon ourselves by the works of our own hands, through negative thought patterns, bad intentions. But whatever way and in whatever form this pain is inflicted upon you from outside forces or self-inflicted forces or means, it's important that you know that pain and suffering is the birthplace of power. You have to know that those mistakes that you made, those bad attitudes, unclean intentions, and none of us are perfect. I think it's safe for me to propose that we've all, to some extent or another, have had to fight these battles, have had to look ourselves in the mirror and, be honest and unapologetically bold enough to say, hey, look, I was wrong for that. I could have done better. I'm here to do better. I got to work on that. But those mistakes and the pain that came along with it, from you having to face yourself in the mirror, from you having to see the hurt and the pain in the eyes of the person that you inflicted pain on, or that I inflicted pain on. That's painful. That's painful. But whether it's that kind of pain or whether it's the pain of your loved ones turning their back on you when they knew that you needed them the most. If it's the pain that comes from being socially rejected when all you did was walk in the room. Whatever form of pain, whatever it is the source, pain and suffering is the birthplace of power. That doesn't mean it feels good. That doesn't mean you like it, you enjoy it, you glutton for pain. Because, hey, pain is going to give me power, so let me run out there and go and search for pain. No. And yet the truth remains. Pain and suffering is the birthplace of power. This is why when you look out in the world, you see so many people, let's just call it what it is. They are weak. And a lot of them are consciously or subconsciously choosing to be weak. Now, I don't say that to be mean-spirited. I don't say that to be antagonistic or put people down. But I think if you boil it all down, that's what it is. People are in despair. People are living a life of cowardice. People are living a life of disingenuousness. Why? It's because they refuse to face the pain that comes along with being genuine, their God-given, authentic self. And that makes them weak in this because they're choosing that because they don't want to put the work in. So again, not to be mean about it, but just to call a spade a spade. What sets people like you and I and others apart, it's not that we're so strong, we're so high, we're so mighty. But the good book says, let those that are weak say that they are strong. Which is to say, I'm weak there, I need to become strong there, to acknowledge the fact that they're weak there and they need to become strong there. And we dare to face the pain that comes along with that. where the overwhelming majority of people choose to turn a blind eye to it. This is why you see a softened generation becoming softer and softer and softer. It's because, again, consciously or unconsciously, people are doing whatever it is they can to avoid that pain. This pain, the suffering that comes along with being your God-given authentic self, precisely if and when your God-given authentic self doesn't fit inside this little box that society, that friends and parents said you should be. When it doesn't fit in there and you dare to say, well, this is who I gotta be. This is how I have to live. This is the path that the universe / God has set for me. There's pain that comes with that. People label you. People mock you. People shame you. People turn their back on you. People spread rumors. You get prejudged. People label you, the whole shebang. And what do most people do? They run from that pain. They're doing everything they can to avoid that pain. But without the heat, the blade never becomes sharp. The blade, in order for it to become strong, it has to go through the pain of being put in and taken out, and then put back in and taken out of that fire time and time again. It has to endure the pain or it never becomes sharp. This is why you see so many people that are fake, that are phony, that are disingenuous, that are doing everything they can to just fit in. And they want you to fit in with them. They want you to laugh and smile and, hey, let's do what we can to run away from this pain. So let's be fake with one another. And let's smile and be fake in each other's faces, even though I know you really don't like me and I know I really don't like you. But if we aren't smiling, I refer to them as smiling depressives. If we aren't smiling and pretending to be happy, then we're going to have to sit in the middle and deal with that pain, the pain that comes with the fact that, people don't like who they really are. They get up every day and they fake it, but they don't like what they've become. Most people don't like what they've become. Most people don't like the fact that they won't stand up and speak the truth, because they know that speaking the truth, there's consequences, there's repercussions and ramifications. So people don't like the fact that they take the cowardice role in order to avoid the pain, when they should just stand up for what they believe in. They should just speak the truth. They should follow the truth wherever it leads. And without them being willing to face that pain, they unintentionally remove themselves from accessing power. Pain is the birthplace of power. There's a such thing called a negative feedback loop. And to be very brief about it, that negative feedback loop essentially is going through a form of pain in order to receive the power or the benefit that comes along after having gone through the pain. In other words, pain is a prerequisite to attaining that goal. Pain is a prerequisite to power. The negative feedback loop, just to give a couple examples and I'll start speeding this up. The negative feedback loop is an example, say, lifting weights, for example. You have to go through the pain of tearing down those muscle fibers in order for those muscle fibers to say, okay, hold on a second. I got to become stronger, because whatever is going on it's hurting. It's tearing that muscle down. And that muscle is sore for a few days, maybe even a few weeks. But that muscle is responding by becoming more and more powerful so that it can lift the load. And for those that have been working out for a while, they know that they very seldom, if ever, get sore again, no matter how much they lift and how long they train. It's kind of the same thing with jogging in the cardiovascular system. You may not be able to jog a block, excuse me. But when you jog that block and you barely made it, like you're about to pass out. When you do that enough times, your cardiovascular system says, okay, hold on a second. The pain that's being inflicted as a result of having to take in all of this oxygen, and heart rate is up, and there's cramps. We gotta this pain, we gotta use this pain as a prerequisite to become more efficient, to become more effective. And the next thing you know, you could not only run that block or jog that block, you could sprint that block. And you can do it by, if you keep at it, keep inflicting that pain, and the power keeps coming in. Not only can you jog that block, you can sprint it, and you can pretty much sprint it with your mouth closed, just breathing through your nose, because the pain that's been inflicted on the cardiovascular system has caused it to become more powerful, more efficient. The list goes on and on. The same thing for tanning. For my white brothers and sisters out there that are tanning, it's the same thing. You go sit in the sun. The first thing you do, especially if you end up sitting just a couple of moments too long, you burn. But as a result of not abandoning the process, continuing to strategically inflict that pain of tanning upon that body part of that entire body, that's when the body says, okay, hold on for a second. I need to release a tan, some melanin. I need to be able to cope with this. But the person that never works past being sunburned, the person that never works past jogging up that block and nearly falling out, but then doing the same thing once they've rested the next day or the following day, doing the same thing. The person that never tears those muscle fiber down because it hurts too much, they never advance. And it's the same thing in life. It's the same thing in life. When people avoid the pain, they never get the power. So keep on. When you walk in there and you're being at your best, and you're not perfect, just like I'm not, but you're willing to put that work in, you're willing to show up every day, show up for yourself, show up and stand on the truth that you believe in, the dreams, the hopes, the goals, the faith that he has put into your heart, the promises that he's put into your heart, whether it's in that relationship, that business endeavor, in that neighborhood, that workplace, whatever. When you show up and you rub people the wrong way just because you dare to keep fighting on, keep believing on, and keep subjecting yourself to the pain because you know that pain is the birthplace of power, keep showing up and keep letting them laugh. Let them mock, let them shame, let them ridicule. Let them continue to use that pain, because we all want to be liked. We all want to be loved. We all want to be accepted. We all want to be understood. And so it's painful to have to deal with those things. But don't sell out. Don't you dare quit on yourself. Don't you dare join the crowd because the pain is too much. Every time you don't respond, you're leveling up. Every time you don't overreact or underreact, you're not only leveling up, you're leveling through the pain of them laughing at you, mocking you, shaming you. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep taking on the pain as needed. The pain that comes along with them just denying and rejecting you for no reason. You're just as smart, you're just as sharp, you're just as humble, you're just as kind, you're just as loving, if not more so than the next guy. But for whatever reason, they want to deny you, they want to reject you. It's because they know that's a painful thing, especially when they can sense that your heart is in the right place. That's a very painful thing. Keep taking the pain, because one day you're going to go into that environment, that workplace, whatever it is, where they're inflicting that pain upon you, and you're going to feel totally nothing to it. You're not going to numb out, but it's going to be numb. It's not going to bother you. It's not going to beset you anymore. But if you run from that pain now and try to fit back into a place you know you don't belong, a mindset or whatever it is that you know is doesn't work for you, it's not a part of who you are, then you never get that power. There's pain that comes along with being rejected, being betrayed, when people spread lies on you, when people mistreat you, people insult you. Keep on staying true to course. Keep staying true to the race that you know He set before you. And keep knowing that every step of the way, some of you guys can automatically relate to this because you're going through a certain degree of fire. And now you can look back and be like, man, I remember when that situation threw me off balance for 3-4 months at a time. When that situation hurt my heart and I was on my knees praying for 6-10 hours straight. And not that you've stopped praying, but now it just doesn't bother you anymore. Not in a way that, again, you're playing numb to it, but just in a way that been there, done that, overcame that already. So keep right on being willing to face the pain. Pain and suffering is the birthplace of power. I'll give you another example. If you're trying to lose weight, when that hunger pain sets in and you refuse to eat, and I'm not talking about a starvation diet. You know, I do certified physical fitness training. I also do personalized meal plans. So the point being, I'm not talking about a starvation diet. But at some point, you're going to have to face those hunger pains head on and not eat. When you face those hunger pains and you don't eat, that's the power. The body, it begins to tap into that stored fat. Every time you realize that you're hungry, but based on the meal plan, it's not time for you to eat. Or when you eat, it's time for you to eat something that doesn't fill you up. It barely even just satisfies that hunger for an hour maybe, and you're right back hungry. But every time, that's your body becoming more powerful when it comes to tapping into those stored fat. You know, when it comes to the pain, again, as I mentioned, standing up for what's right. In a world where everybody turns a blind eye, in a world where everybody says, hey, it just is what it is, don't rock the boat. When you stand up and say what's right, when you stand up and do what's right, that's a painful thing. But without you facing the pain, without me facing the pain of standing up for what we know is right, then society, the world, your family, the workplace, whatever, just continues to fall down this dysfunctional and unsustainable path that it's already on. But every time you stand up and speak the truth, say the truth, point out the truth, be the truth, you become that much more powerful to where it's easier for you to do it the next time and the next time. Again, not saying that you become reckless and all this stuff, but without standing up for it, you never get the power to be able to stand up for what's right again. And so this is what I got for you guys at 26 minutes. I'm going to get out of here. But make no mistake about it, that pain, that suffering, that discomfort, not only is it working for you, but you need it. It's literally a prerequisite. Prerequisite means this doesn't happen or this doesn't come about unless this happens first. And so again, this is why people huddle up. You walk in that workplace, that football stadium, whatever it is, it's 10, 15, 25, 6, 3 or 4 guys or girls, they're all teamed up pointing the finger at you. Because they sense there's a power within you. The power that comes, that shows up every day in the workplace, in society, in your own personal life, your own personal struggles to become better. Just showing up. I'm willing to take the pain. Not only am I willing to take the pain, I'm not glutton for pain, but I know that when that pain comes, just like that hunger pain, just like that soreness from working out, that's a sign that what I'm doing is right. That's a sign that I'm becoming more and more powerful. So make no mistake about it, guys. Keep embracing the power. Keep embracing the pain and know that it's working for you. It's not working against you. This is why you're so powerful now. This is why you dare to continue to show up for yourself and take the power. It's because of the things that you've to take the pain. It's because of the things you've already gone through in your past. The things you went through yesterday that have given you the strength to show up and take the pain today. So whether you've connected the dots on it or not, this is why. This is why you dare to be at your best in a world where mediocrity is what everybody's aiming for, just to be good enough. It's something that you've gone through in the past, maybe even way back in your childhood, maybe last year, maybe last week, maybe yesterday, that you went through that pain and you said, wow, that was disappointing, that was sad, that was hurtful. But you know this is the course that the universe, God has set for you, and you show up the very next day willing to take the pain all over again. You've been becoming more and more powerful every step of the way, and you always will, so long as you don't run from the pain. When you don't run from the pain and you face the pain, you deal with it, you process it positively through this thing we call God, then you get the power to where ultimately that power makes the pain non-existence. Not playing airy-fairy, rainbows and unicorn, but again, for those of you guys that have been walking this path long enough, you already know that. And for those of you guys that may be just starting walking the path, you will realize it. You need that pain in order to become more powerful. This is what I got for you guys. Hey, listen, the services that are provided by this ministry consist of philosophical counseling and youth and young adult mentoring and counseling. That's for mental fitness and health, depending on the age. There's also age-appropriate, clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices for the spiritual fitness and health. And, of course, there is certified fitness training, age-appropriate, for the physical fitness and health. If you have any questions, hit me up by way of the email link. I'd love the opportunity to answer your questions and schedule you for your initial consultation and evaluation in one or more, perhaps even all of those compartmentalized areas of services. If you got any value out of today's message, please, as the old timers say, show your love. This ministry is here for people just like you, and this ministry is relying on supporters just like you. There's no sponsors, there's nobody at this point pushing this ministry except for people like me and you. And it's not about supporting this ministry in and of itself. It's about supporting this awakening, this shift, this movement to say, let's be better. Each one reach one, each one teach one. And by doing one or more of the following things, you can help others find this message, find this ministry, and become more nourished themselves. So please, like, share, and subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and turn on the bell icon for notifications. Leave a comment, investigate, and or utilize the services. If the Holy Spirit moves you to make a monetary donation, there's a Cash App link down in the description box, whether it's a one-time buy me a cup of coffee type of donation or pack of ink pens or whatever the Holy Spirit moves you to do financially or in any other way, just hitting a like, just sharing the message, please, I ask that you do your very best to support this ministry. And I hereby supernaturally return to you your abundant harvest that the universe promised you and I whenever we plant good seed in good ground. So receive your harvest by faith for any good seed that you plant into this ministry. The abundant harvest, shaken down, pressed together, and running over. This is what I got for you guys. I love you all. Go out there, take the pain. You're just not glutton for pain, but you need that pain. You can't do a marathon, a triathlon, if every time you go out there and you get a cramp in your lower back or you get dehydrated, it start hurting, your legs start getting sore, you quit. You need that pain. That's the birthplace of power. You need that suffering, that dehydration, that little bit of nausea, that little bit of soreness from the weight, that hurt in your heart when somebody that you trusted wronged you. Don't become bitter. Don't quit the race. Embrace the pain. Embrace the suffering. It is the birthplace of power. And you already have the power. This is why you keep showing up every day as it is. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for all the love, support, and generosity. And yes, I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and yes, I will holler back. Peace.